So we're back.
We're back.
And as you see, Lori was training for her pre-trip test. She had to go back and do a refresher course. She went to the night trucking school through the Squire program. They've been trying to get us to come to the night team, but Lori's going to tell you about what happened with her pre-trip. And the pre-trip is something that happens with the DOT. Each time before you get in your vehicle, you're required by the state to inspect your vehicle from the front to the back, making sure that it's safe to operate on a daily basis. And you have to know this, otherwise you cannot get your CDL. So, how did it go?
It went well. I remembered each and every part on the test, as well as doing the driving test. And I did the driving test with a manual truck, which is, shifting gears. But preferably, I would rather drive an automated, what they call them, automated manuals, automated transmissions, where you won't have to shift. But I completed it, and that was done in August. So right now at this point, it's November, and
she's nudging me because we're updating you from all the stuff in the past, and we basically chose to go to Covenant Transportation, and we went with them because they're supposed to be a Christian-based company. They favor husband and wife's teams, and that's what we wanted. We wanted somebody that was going to recognize that we were a unit. They weren't going to take us apart. They weren't going to look at us as an asset versus just some numbers. So we put our faith into the Covenant team, and that's where we're at now. They're based out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and so far it's been an adventure. I heard that it's this way. Why'd you laugh?
because it's been an adventure.
We drove from Arizona to Hutchins, Texas for our orientation. Our orientation guide, her name was Jamie. She was really, really nice, really fun, great personality. They put us up in a hotel. It's pretty, nice, Comfort Inn, and they give us these vouchers so we can go eat every day, which is cool, even though you get tired of going to her favorite spot now, Denny's.
It's not my favorite,
Okay, but
it's
we-
convenient.
So we're having Denny's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which I'm not going to gripe about because it's free. We don't have to pay for it. The only caveat was, or the only problem was that the recruiter told us that they had plenty of female trainers. I hate to be lied to. I heard that they didn't have a lot of female trainers. We were depending on that because I was going to go solo for a while. She was going to get a female trainer, and they didn't have one.
They didn't have any available at the time. So my husband downgraded himself because he was going to go out on the road by himself. But because they thought they were going to give me a male trainer, he decided to downgrade, and that we would do the training together, which was fine. But when it was time for us to go, we got a woman.
Yeah. So
We got a woman.
Yeah. Basically, she's funny. That's an inside joke. We sat in the hotel for 3 weeks waiting on the trainer. And the whole reason I didn't go was because they wanted to, like she said, put her with a man. But basically, after sitting here, woman shows up, we get in the truck, we say, forget it, let's go. It was a complete power struggle in the vehicle. And I don't think that, I don't know.
She was not one to for confrontation, but he was trying to make her in some way let her know that he's done it before, and she made the statement that it's going to be difficult to train him because he's already been there, and everybody could still learn something new, or he was open to it, but she just already had that mindset that he was going to be difficult. So you have to give someone a chance, and And of course, that caused some conflict in a way.
I'd like to, and first of all, I don't think I was there to be trained. Downgraded in order for her to have the opportunity for me to be on the truck and feel safe. I really didn't need the training. And although I was willing to, as she said, I was willing to listen, I was willing to learn some things, I let her teach her the way she wanted to. But when I felt that it was inadequate, as far as the things she was learning and some of the things were unsafe, I decided to step in and say, no, that's not going to be good. You have to understand that it's very important that your trainer give you the best of what they have. If they don't have the temperament or the patience in order to train properly, they shouldn't be doing it.
Absolutely.
And it's up to you to speak up to make sure what's going on, because this is your career you're talking about. We gave up everything that we own in order to make trucking happen. We're living in a truck, and you think I'm going to allow you to misinform my wife or to make this a situation that she thinks is unsafe, something that's not going to be fun for her, something that's going to cause conflict? I'm not going to do that. We got too much riding on this, so you have to go and we'll find somebody else. Not a reflection on the company, just that particular person. We got the new trainer. I'm sorry. I cannot leave out the fact that when we drove from Hutchins, Texas to Chattanooga, I told our trainer, the one that we're talking about, that I wanted to leave within 24 hours of getting there because we had already sat in a hotel in Texas for 3 weeks. We literally stayed in the truck for 4 days.
We stayed in her truck for 4 days. And it wasn't because, there were loads coming in, but she would not accept them. She would let them be assigned to someone else. And she would come and we would get started to get ready to go pick up a load and start moving. But then something would happen, and then she would be on the truck with us for a few minutes trying to explain or do a little bit of training. And then she would disappear for the rest of the day.
For the whole day.
Wouldn't say bye, say,
Like,
you know what, we gotta wait.
Hold on. She'd be like, I'm gonna go inside and get this paperwork signed, and I'll be right back.
Right.
And disappear.
She was out.
For the whole day.
Then called and check up on us, just left us in her truck.
Yeah. And one thing you'll find out about us is, we're not worried about any type of issues or retaliation or anything like that. We don't operate like that. We're doing this to show you guys what to expect, husband and wives in particular, what to expect if you decide to do this. And we're going to tell the truth about what happens to us. We won't name any names, but we will say that these are some of the things you can expect. And right now, it's been a pretty arduous, very trying journey for us. And so, up to date now, in the truck, traveling.
So we've been on the road for 2 weeks. On 1 week, off a week, and then on another week. Now we're off another week, and we'll be back started again next week. It's been challenging, as a woman, truck driving, and right now with it being November, the winter months are coming, and you have all of the elements, the rain, the snow, the ice. It can get pretty scary. I don't have experience, but now I do. I have some experience driving in the snow. We've been through Vail, Colorado, which is very beautiful, full of snow. But I was scared but luckily you have the trainer on the truck with you to tell you how to switch, put on the engine brake and the cruise control. And, they have like 6% downgrades, and you have 30,000 pounds behind you, and you just like, Lord Jesus, just, and then it's cold, getting out to fuel the truck, and you got to wear certain gloves for that, and then you got to wear different gloves to hook up the glad hands, and it's really it's not a woman's job, but...
So needless to say, my little princess here is having a little bit of a difficult time transitioning into the trucking world. So a lot of times I try and get out the truck and I'll fuel for her and help her with her pre-trip and different things like that. I don't want her to, mess up her nails because she still gets her nails done on a regular basis, or as often as possible. You see,
As often as you can. Now, it's been 3 weeks and I had to cut them off. So they're like half on, half off.
I can't believe she showed y'all that. It's difficult to keep yourself up. I mean, last time y'all saw me, I had a goatee. Now I got a full-grown beard, and it's trying. It's trying, but I'm glad she's pushing through it.
Job whatsoever, and the chicks that can go and drive and have on makeup every day, I don't see it. Like if you're team driving, I don't see you doing it. But I guess if you're by yourself and you can start when you want to, and you can go to sleep at night, and this is the first time I've had makeup on in 3 weeks.
So right now we can't film in the truck because we're with the trainer, but when we get our own truck in a couple of weeks, we'll be showing you guys a more in-depth and a more up-close view of what our day-to-day life is in trucking. Is there anything you want the females to know when it comes to trucking? Is there anything that you want to make them aware of?
Ain't nothing like home. Being able to sleep in your own bed and not shaking and moving and, driving, hitting potholes while you sleep. You cannot, if you're team driving, you will not have a full night's rest. It's impossible with the truck moving. And the showers, they're decent, but it's not home. I mean, you just gotta, you gotta get your beauty bag and pack it with all your necessities. Your soaps, cleansers, lotions, toothpaste, everything you need. You gotta go out the truck with that bag and a clean pair of clothes that you're gonna be wearing for 2 days.
Now, I don't want y'all to think that she's like this super diva. She doesn't like it.
And I'm not
all.
a super diva, but you used to taking a shower every day.
And we did talk about all of this before we got on the truck, and she was expected to know that it was going to be a little bit rough.
Mm-hmm. You roughing it.
I just don't think she was aware of how rough it is. I can say I appreciate you and I love you, and I'm really, really glad that you're pushing through, because the vision that we have for us and our future is greater than what we're going through right now. We are trying to live like we've never lived before, so we can live like we've never lived before. I mean, we want to buy a new house. We got businesses we want to fund. And the best way to do it is the way that we're doing it right now. We have zero, well, I'm not going to say we have zero bills, but we have no rent, light, gas. We have none of that. And it enables us to have the opportunity to save money, put that all away. And if we can do this for a specified amount of time, when we're done, with the idea of possibly saving 60 to 70% of our income, it will put us in a completely different financial status. Mm-hmm. So I want to let you know, baby, I really appreciate you pushing through this. I enjoy it. You're making it just way better than it would be if I had to do it by myself. And I'm proud of you because you're accomplishing things that I didn't think you could do. And every time I, look up, you're doing something that surprises me. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you. I love you.
Thank you, honey bunny.
So, you gotta let them know when they're doing good, man. And if you have a wife or a partner that is willing to go through it with you, you have to be there with them. You have to be patient and be understanding, and they have to be patient and understanding as well. Ladies, if you have any questions for her, because I know that's a big part. The men, we kind of know what to expect, but ladies, if you have any issues or any questions that you want to present to her, please drop a line in the comments below, and we'll try to make sure that she gets back with you and answers all of your questions. Hopefully, when things get a little bit better, she'll be giving away some of the female tips and things that you can do as she goes along the path to find out what it takes to still maintain your femininity and your sanity on the road as a female trucker, okay?
Okay.
All right. See you guys soon. Stay tuned. Subscribe, hit that like button, tell somebody about us, and hopefully we'll be giving you a video soon within the next week or two. Thanks.
God bless.